Hi, Steve Lackmeyer here with another edition of OKC Central. Today we're meeting with the Horton family. First we're talking with Sally Cole. Sally, you're Neal Horton's stepdaughter. It's got to be incredible coming to Bricktown today. What would he have thought of all this?
Oh, he would have just been overwhelmed like everyone is.
Describe his interest in Bricktown, his passion for Bricktown.
You know, it was everything to him. You know, he totally bet on it. It was a gamble. I remember I was working in the glass company. I worked for him when he first had his office there, and my mother had her florist downstairs, and we just thought, this is going to be so great.
So you believed in his vision?
Absolutely, yes.
What would this kind of tribute, is this something he'd be flattered by, or would he say, oh, you don't have to do that?
I think he would be happy. He was such a nice man. I mean, the perfect gentleman.
Well, thank you, Sally.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for visiting
Thank
with
you,
us.
Steve.
I appreciate it. And now we're with Victoria Eicher, another one of Neal's stepdaughters. Victoria, tell me, the tribute this morning, your reaction. Did you ever expect to see something like this to Neal?
Well, Steve, since the books you have written, it made it all possible for this to happen and for it to be known that, and talked about that Neal was the visionary of Bricktown and how hard he worked and the dreams that he had for Bricktown.
You've been seeing quite a few tributes over the years as far as like Neal Horton Awards, and he's got a plaque out there where they put everyone's new name on it. But in the 80s, when the economy went bust, he didn't get that kind of recognition at that point, did he?
No, he did not.
MAPS happened right after he died. What would he think of all this today?
Oh, he would be so happy. He would be thrilled. He would think it was just the slickest thing that could ever happen. And that's why I came today, was just to be proud for Neal. And he was so devoted and so kind to his family and to everyone, and this was his life.
You know, he was also critical in saving the Cold Core building. He kept the oil and gas building from being demolished.
Yes.
He's very active in Guthrie. Were any of one of these his favorite?
Oh, I believe the Colcord was. And he loved the oil and gas building. But I worked for him at the Colcord, and I saw what fun he had those first few years when he and Bill McNatt officed there, and I did projects for him and in the summers. So I really saw him at work and was always in awe of Neal.
Well, thank you for visiting with us. Again, this is another episode of OKC Central. For all the latest development news downtown, visit my blog, okccentral.com. For all your latest news, weather, sports, visit News OK. And for all your events, restaurant listings, festivities, WIMGO. One of the largest undeveloped swaths of land in the Central Core happens to be sandwiched between the historic upscale Heritage Hills neighborhood and a now thriving Midtown Entertainment District. But those who have attempted to develop the property at Northwest 13 and Walker know nothing comes easy when it involves bringing life back to the former home of Mercy Hospital. The Catholic Order of the Sisters of Mercy started the hospital when they bought the former Oklahoma City General Hospital in 1947. The $825,000 purchase coincided with a bed shortage in the growing city, and the city sisters immediately announced plans for expansion. By the early 1970s, however, the Midtown area was already beginning a slow decline. Mercy Hospital followed the exodus to the suburbs and built a brand new home at Memorial Road and Meridian Avenue in 1974. The campus left behind was targeted for redevelopment by one group after another. By the 1990s, the buildings were dilapidated and ended up in county ownership for unpaid back taxes. As the arrival of downtown being a destination again spread to Midtown, the property was again targeted for redevelopment. The Oklahoma City Urban Renewal Authority entered into an agreement with developer Nicholas Preftakes, who wanted to tear down the hospital building, preserve the garage, and convert the property into housing. In 2002, Kraft takes drop from the deal. The Urban Renewal Authority selected a new developer, Chuck Wiggins, in 2006. His proposal to build a $61.3 million condominium complex is now also on hold. These images and more can be obtained through Pictopia at News OK.